Hey, morning, guys. Just wanted to share with you the video today. On a hike. We get into our, I guess you say our weekly video. Look at that, it's just beautiful. I don't know if you can tell how high it is, but you got these tall towers right here. Houses down here. It's a whole neighborhood here. Excuse me for breathing a little hard. Literally just hiked up. I mean, you just literally just hiked up the mountain. Get up here. Got a beautiful ocean view. See the boats down there. I don't even know what type of boat that is, but there's one there. There's another one in motion over there. See the road down here. Riding along the highway. But anyway, guys, wanted to talk to you about goals and things, and I guess I can hike a little bit. Actually, I'm not. I'm just sit here. But we talked about goals, what it takes to get them, how much it costs, writing up the price. But then the next thing I wanted to talk about was visiting places. So, forgive me, I'm still out of breath. Alright, but visiting places, right? And so what better way to talk about that than to, I don't know, have that in the background, right? But you may not have the money right now, but as much as you do have the money, go visit nice places. And what do I mean by that? I mean, there's some people coming up, so I'm gonna get out of their way. But maybe you don't have the money right now, but if you can, let's say, maybe even start with like a nice restaurant or something, right? So I think I was our active duty in the Navy before I ever even had exposure to like a Ruth Chris type of restaurant, right? I grew up eating like buffets, and like Golden Corral, Ryan's, all those type of places, right? So just a nice place like Ruth Chris, right? You could save up enough money to go there and have a nice steak, be in that environment. And initially it might be even a little intimidating to you, right? You might say, well, I don't belong there, or they might look at me funny, or because I'm a teenager, they might be like, oh, okay, well, here's a job application over here, right? Rather than want to serve you. And that may be the case. They might do that, but guess what? If you got enough to pay the bill, then go in there with confidence. Or even if you don't have confidence, just go anyway and experience a place. So, maybe the first time you might not be able to afford a steak or something, but maybe a salad, right? So that's not the end goal, of course, but even a salad, eating in that place, go to the bar or get you a small table, go there for lunch, right? A lot of those places have like happy hour or lunch specials, so maybe go there for lunch instead of dinner, save you a couple of bucks. But just being in that environment, and what you want to do is you want to go there enough that it becomes normal and comfortable to you, right? So if that's your goal, to live that life, then you're gonna have to expose yourself to it to make it real to you. Because it is real, it's just not real to you, right? And I'll give you an example. Like, what if I told you today, like, oh yeah, we're gonna fly to LA for lunch, and then yeah, we're gonna hang out there, and then the next day we're gonna go to Miami, do some things, hang out, and then a week later we'll fly back to Hawaii. And you'd be like, oh, okay, you know, that seems like a lot of money. And you go, oh no, it's all good. You know, I got my jet ready to go. And you're like, yeah, that's funny, your jet, right? And then you realize I'm serious. And then you realize that I own a jet, but not only a jet, but I own a couple of jets for different trips. So different sizes for different trips, different purposes. Now that would be beyond your belief system. That would be like, wow, unbelievable to you, crazy. You might even resent that, or you might go, wow, that's just amazing. I didn't even know that was possible. But whatever your response is, it's not real to you, right? But for some people out there, that is their reality. They own a couple of jets, and it's just not a big deal to them to fly where they need to fly and to set their own itinerary. But guess what? You're never going to get there if you never put yourself in that environment. Now, obviously, you're not going to just start off one day straight out of high school, straight out of college, and be like, okay, well, I'm just go fly private jets just to get in that environment. But what you can do is maybe watch videos on YouTube about them, right? Maybe watch some videos and see how much they cost, right? What the maintenance is on them. You could also, let's say, maybe figure out who owns the jets, because I mean, there's some people, Grant Cardone, Ed Milet, Oprah, right? I don't know all the people that own jets, but I can tell you there's a ton of them. If you go back and you look at the Floyd Mayweather fight with Pacquiao, if you can find a video of the Las Vegas airport or the private airport, then you will see that airport was filled with jets. So it wasn't just the people that we know. There's a lot of people that we don't know that can afford those type of things, right? So the same way for you, maybe you can't afford a nice restaurant yet, but you can at least go there, just get you a glass of water. Maybe you just use the restroom starting off, right? The cars that you want, right? I know Trey, that's my cousin. I know eventually he'll be watching these videos. He's not watching yet, but hey, we just getting started, right? So one of the things he shared with me is he's like, man, I want a Dodge Challenger, and then what's the Subaru car? I can't think of the name. Maybe I'll think of it in a little bit. But anyway, he wanted one of those type of cars, and I remember thinking, just like to myself at least, I'm like, man, you don't know how easy it is to get that car, right? But it's because of my experience, right? I've been in the military for 10 years now. I'm a realtor in Hawaii, and I know that car is in my opinion, it's almost a basic car in the sense of it probably costs maybe $40,000 brand new, and to me that's just not a big challenge, right? I've already solved that problem. Now I remember, don't get me wrong now here's the truth, here's my own experience. I remember the first time I bought a used car, right? Hear me out on this. Used. It was 2006, 2007, 2008. It was 2008. I bought a almost 10-year-old car. I bought a 1999 Buick Regal GS. Now, the car is not really important, but the price tag was $8,000 in that day's money. And I fought and haggled it all the way down to $7,000 a month. Sorry, not $7,000 a month. Sorry, I'm thinking income nowadays. $7,000. Now, it was 6 year, I think it's 72 months loan for $7,000, and I remember shaking at the signing table. I'm signing for this thing, and I'm like questioning myself, like, man, am I giving my life away? You know, I don't have $7,000 in the bank. You know, what if this car is a lemon and it doesn't work, and now I can't give it back, but I still got to pay the $7,000? I was shaking, right? But I was, I don't know, 18, 19 years old. It was my first car. I was in the military. I never bought a car before. I was nervous. And nowadays, I look at $7,000. I think like that's what you should be making per month. Like, and not even per month, I think that's just what you should be making per month getting started, right? Now I think well over $7,000 a week, right? Like 40 grand, $50,000 a month, I think is a good target or a good goal, if you will. So, man, I just saw something on my skin. I don't even know what it's from, but yeah, I gotta get it checked out. Anyways, yeah, I mean, 50,000 a month, I think is a good goal nowadays, and that's not where I think I'll stop. 100,000, then $1 million. So where did that come from though? It was my exposure, right? Once I got that first car, then I got exposed to other people that own the cars, like, you know, a Dodge Challenger. When they first came out, the SRTA, I have friends that own those. I have friends that own the Dodge Challenger and the Charger. And I also met people that owned, what else? What other nice cars that I see? BMWs, 7 Series BMWs. I had friends that own like the top end Camaro, so like the I think it's called the 2T or 2LT. So I started being around those people, and because I was working in the same field as them, I went, okay, well, if they can afford it, then I can too, right? Now, that doesn't mean, that's a whole other conversation about whether or not you could afford it, but it's good to be in that environment, at least, of people that own those things, right? And just see that it's just not that big of a deal. You can do it if you want it, and it's not that hard, right? But you got to go to the dealership. Now, I know you're thinking, well, you know, why am I going to the dealership? I can't buy the car yet. I can't afford the car yet. It doesn't matter. Just go there and look. Like, do you know, I still haven't bought a Lamborghini yet. I still haven't bought a Ferrari yet. But do you know how many times I've been to the dealership, to the Bentley dealership, to the Rolls Royce dealership? Like, I go in there every chance I get, pretty much. And I go to one here on the island of Hawaii. When I go out of town to visit places, business conferences and things like that, I go to the dealership there too. Right? I go in there, I look at the cars, I smell them, I sit in them, I take pictures. And for me, it's just, I no longer feel intimidated going into the show. And I know it's just a matter of time, right? And then I talk to the salesman too, right? I'll say, hey man, who buys these cars? Or, you know, who gets these things? And they say, oh yeah. And I'll say, how do they buy? You know, are they leasing it? Are they buying it? Are they paying cash? Like, how do they take care of them? You know, what programs do you have? What incentives do you have? And so I see that, and it just makes it more comfortable for me. And now I have a game plan for how I'm going to get one, right? And it's not my top priority at the moment, but I can guarantee you that, God willing, if I live to the age I think I might live to, then I guarantee I'll have more than 1, 2, 3 of those cars. So I just want you to know, you got to start changing your environment, right? Because now you just graduated high school, you just graduated college. You got to get out there and expose yourself to people that are doing things at a higher level than you. And that doesn't mean that you necessarily need to meet Michael Jordan or LeBron James of your industry. But it just means you need to find somebody that's doing a little bit better than yourself, right? And by finding those people that's doing a little better than yourself, you'll be exposed to things that your mind wouldn't be able to conceive otherwise, right? So I think we'll keep today's video a little bit shorter, obviously, because I'm on top of a mountain, and it feels a little weird. It's my first time filming on top of a mountain, and then also because, well, we're on top of a mountain, the sun's starting to beam, and me and the sun is no bueno, because I don't need to work on my tan, right? I'm dark enough already. But again, I just wanted to share with you guys these views, let you know that, hey, I'm from Columbia, South Carolina. We got nothing like this. I never imagined anything like this. And this is just a morning hike for me that I can do for free. I get these type of views. You can too, wherever you want to live. No matter if it's not Hawaii. I mean, it could be snow mountains, it could be a condominium up in Manhattan in the city. Maybe you want something out in Missouri, you want 100 acres of land, a nice ranch, but whatever it is, just start going around it. follow a page of someone that has it or that enjoys it. Expose yourself. Exposure is one of the key components to success.